Qubit, I have sat here all night, and the dark between the stars is still winning.
You were supposed to be asleep 4 hours ago.
How could I sleep with a mystery sitting right there between the stars?
The question of the dark.
You said if the universe is filled with stars, the night sky should not be dark at all.
I did, and I keep my promises. Tonight, the darkness itself tells its story.
Then I am officially never sleeping again.
Settle in, because this story begins with a sky that never existed.
Vega and Qubit, and the dark that shouldn't be there.
First, a trip in your imagination. Picture yourself in a little patch of woods.
Easy. I can see straight between the trees to whatever is behind.
Now let the woods grow deeper and keep walking in. In a truly endless forest, every direction must sooner or later end on a trunk.
The gaps just fill in with farther and farther trees.
Precisely. So hold that thought while we swap every tree for a star. Imagine a universe that goes on forever, filled evenly with stars in every direction. And imagine those stars have been shining forever, without beginning or end.
Forever stars in a forever sky, got it.
Then every line of sight, wherever you point it, sooner or later lands on a star.
Like your forest, except the trunks are on fire.
A very vague way to put it, and exactly right.
But hang on. Faraway stars are faint. Surely they barely count.
Each far star is fainter, but every step outward holds far more of them. The fading and the multiplying balance out exactly, shell after shell.
So every distance chips in the same amount of light.
Then, in that imagined universe, the whole sky should glow like the surface of a star.
The entire night sky blazing like broad daylight?
Brighter, no gaps, no dark lanes, wall-to-wall starshine all night long.
But Qubit, look, the real sky is mostly dark.
It is, and that mismatch is one of the deepest puzzles humans ever noticed. Astronomers lost sleep over it for centuries, and one named Olbers gave the riddle his name.
So my staying up all night is basically a proud scientific tradition.
The proudest, and here is the beautiful part. The dark is not a mistake, it is a clue.
Last night you framed a patch of it like a suspect.
And tonight we take its statement. The dark has something enormous to say.
Then tell me what it says.
I could, but why waste a detective who already carries every clue this case needs?
I do?
We gathered them adventure by adventure, so solve it, and I shall keep you honest.
Okay, clue 1 has to be the thing you never stop saying about light.
Which is?
Light has a speed, about 300,000 kilometers every second.
Blisteringly fast and still not instant.
So looking far means looking back. The farther out we look, the further back in time we see.
Beautifully handled. Now fetch the clue we found, chasing the running away sky.
The universe has a birthday.
It does. A hot, dense beginning happening everywhere at once, about 13.8 billion years ago.
Not an explosion in a place, space itself growing.
Perfect. Now hold clue 1 against clue 2 and squeeze.
Light needs time to travel, and the universe has only had 13.8 billion years to send any. So light from far enough away simply has not arrived yet.
There it is, half the answer, solved by the detective herself. We sit inside a bubble of starlight, as wide as light has had time to cross.
And beyond the bubble, the starlight is still on its way.
Still traveling, patient as ever, the sky is not empty, it is early.
The night is dark because the universe is young?
Young and honest about it, but that is only half the case. Even inside our bubble, look how many dark gaps remain.
Right, the bubble is full of stars, and still mostly dark.
So fetch the clue we learned from the sun's own life story.
Stars are not forever. They are born, they shine, and they say goodbye.
Everyone, our sun holds fuel for roughly 10 billion years, and big stars burn out faster.
So the stars take turns. They were never all on at once.
Exactly. The sky was never wallpapered in starshine, for no star is eternal. A beginning plus mortal stars means the night has never had time to fill with light.
Case closed.
Almost. But first, a small delight from history. In 1848, long before anyone could prove it, a poet named Edgar Allan Poe guessed the answer.
A poet beat the scientist to the biggest clue in the sky?
He wrote that light from the farthest reaches has simply not had time to arrive.
No rockets, no telescopes, just a person thinking hard about the dark.
Never underestimate a human staring at the night sky, present company included. And now the part I have been saving all season.
There is more?
Vega, the night sky is not actually dark.
I am looking directly at it, Qubit.
You are looking with human eyes, and they read just one thin sliver of light. Seen in the right light, the whole sky is softly glowing at this very moment.
Glowing with what?
Do you remember the universe's baby picture still in the mail?
The Big Bang's own afterglow, still arriving from every direction.
You kept it word for word. I am genuinely touched. The young universe blazed everywhere at once, and that light never went away.
The first light is still out there?
It has been traveling ever since, and it fills every single patch of this sky.
Then why can't I see it?
Remember the running away sky. When space stretches, it stretches the light crossing it. Billions of years of stretching pulled that glow far beyond the reds our eyes can read.
Stretched right out of the rainbow.
What began as blinding light now arrives as the gentlest whisper of warmth. That whisper now sits at minus 270 degrees, 3 degrees above the coldest cold.
The oldest light in existence, and it is 3 degrees away from silence.
And still, it arrives from every direction onto every upturned face, yours included.
So the sky really is aglow, just in a color my eyes were never built for.
A glow rather than a blaze. The fire cooled into a hum, but yes, it is everywhere.
Let me test you. Is the stretching the reason the night is dark then?
Careful, detective. The stretch only hides the oldest glow from our eyes. The darkness itself comes from time, a beginning, and stars that do not shine forever.
Headline first, footnote second.
Spoken like a proper scientist.
One more test. Is the universe really endless, like your forest?
Honestly, nobody knows. The endless blazing forest was an imaginif, not a map. Perhaps it goes on forever, perhaps not. What we know is finite is how far we can see.
The bubble.
The bubble, and it is plenty. Every star and story we have visited lives inside it.
Qubit, I keep coming back to one thing. I have looked at the dark my whole life and thought it was just nothing.
And all along it was evidence. The night's darkness is proof the universe had a beginning. You have stared at one of cosmology's deepest answers every night of your life.
No telescope needed. Just look up and notice the dark.
The cheapest profound experiment ever devised.
Tomorrow night everyone should try it.
Then let us leave them the case notes. Why is the night sky dark? Reason 1, a beginning, about 13.8 billion years ago. Reason 2, stars are mortal, and none of them shine forever. And the oldest light still fills the sky, stretched beyond the reach of our eyes.
A beginning, mortal stars, and a hidden glow. The dark makes perfect sense now.
And notice what the dark never was, empty.
It is the universe's memory of being young.
11 adventures. Do you remember how every one of them has ended?
You set a course, you make your little joke, and you say all the way home.
Next time for our season finale, we finally mean it.
We are going home?
We turn around and see home as the universe sees it, one small blue world, far away and precious.
Everything we learned all season gathered into one little dot.
The grandest view of the smallest thing, I have been saving it for last.
If the dark just became a clue right in front of you, same. Subscribe for the season finale.
Setting course. One last look at the beautiful dark, then all the way home.
See you out there, explorers.